Hi everybody! It's been a long time since I've done a makeup tutorial. I have some new palettes and products and things that I want to try. I figured it's a rainy Monday day, I'm in quarantine, figured why not play with some new products because I have been buying them. I know for sure I want to use, this is an expensive one, but it's so fall. This is the NARS Extreme Effects eyeshadow palette. So pretty. I think we might just have to do like a warm plum and red fall look with this. I also have this blush palette from Juvia's Place. You know I am a huge fan of the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes because the pigment is amazing. So I picked up one of their blush palettes because I figured why not? This is the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette and the colors in it are really beautiful. I will kind of talk about what I'm using as I go along. I figured I would try out the Powder Kiss lipstick from MAC in Stay Curious. It's a beautiful shade. Anyways, we'll talk as we apply makeup and kind of test things out and just create a fall look. Sound good? Okay, keep watching. I'm gonna use the Tcha Silk Canvas, let's see, Filter Finish Protective Primer. I use this a little bit here and there and I really do like it. I'm just not a big primer and I really like it. And I mean, a little bit honestly goes a long way. I'm just putting it in the areas where I need a little smoothing or I tend to get a little oily. Pressing it into the skin whenever you're using a primer that is for like texture purposes, it's usually better to pat into the skin. And I gotta push it into some of these areas here. I just swirl my fingers in the pot and then kind of pat it in. Easy as that. We are going to do foundation. I hope this is a good match for me right now. So I'm gonna mix the Ordinary High Coverage Foundation Formula in the shade Light Medium 2N, Light Medium Neutral. This, even though it's called high coverage, of their two foundations, it's the more high coverage of the two, but it's not crazy high coverage, like in the grand scheme of things. I've just mixed some of my favorite True Match Lumi Glotion in the shade Light Glow on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna dot this on the face. It's not like a matte coverage, or a matte finish, excuse me. I'd say it's more of a satin finish, but I just like things to be dewier. I don't think I've worn like a full matte finish foundation in years. And I just got a sample of the new NARS one, thinking like, it's NARS. Like, I love every single foundation they've ever made, basically. I think I've tried them all. And I really thought I was gonna love it, but then I just realized it's not NARS, it's just matte foundations. I just don't love them anymore. I used to love them, like maybe 5 years ago. I'm not as oily as I was back then, so that's probably why. That looks pretty good to me. I personally like some freckles to shine through. I don't mind my skin looking like skim, so I prefer more of like a medium coverage foundation, which is often why I mix it with that Lumi Glow. As you can see, if I move side to side, you can probably see the glow that it has. Currently, I'm using the Juvia's Place. All right, well, it's a shade 20 and it's their concealer. It's their concealer. I don't know if they have more than one concealer, but it reminds me a lot of Shape Tape. I actually think it's more pigmented than Shape Tape. I don't know. You don't need very much. Using my brush to kind of like pat, not swipe. To go under the eye, I'm actually gonna use my ring finger. This is just a personal preference. On clients, I use an actual sponge or brush or something, but as you can see, I put on, even that little bit was way too much. So sometimes if that happens, let's even this out. Then I'll go in, because your brush will inevitably take a little bit away. So I'll kind of like start blending it, and then I just really like to finish blending with my finger. I had a little bit of scarring down here as you saw, but that's basically gone. Now I'm using, hold that down. So I'm using a fluffy little brush. This is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in light medium. It's awesome. Like, I will say, for a drugstore, I want to say it was like under $15, maybe like 12, 13 around there. And I will say it's very great. Like, it's a really good drugstore powder. My only little like tiff with it is I bought it because somebody recommended it and compared it to the Charlotte Tilbury, what's it called? I don't know, whatever her really popular finely milled pressed powder is. Somebody that I respect and love her recommendation, she said that she actually likes it better. I personally don't, but I think that's just because of my skin tone. I'm a lot more yellow than most people, a lot more olive, and so I just feel like it's a little bit too pink for me sometimes. But I will say it's a really nice powder. I just like to put it in the areas where I typically crease or where I put concealer. Should we get into the eyes? Let's get into the eyes. Okay, so I just put on a little bit of the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So I like Soft Ochre. Every single client of mine always gets it regardless of their skin tone because it's a yellow toned base and it's just really good. I always like to set it. So I'm gonna take the lightest matte color and I'm just going to tap that all over the lid and kind of like into the crease as well, so that everywhere I put that base. Okay, I'm gonna take, this is the Morphe M321. It's like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit fluffier, and I like it for reasons like this. So we're gonna start by kind of building up the crease in the outer corner. And this is like the burgundy, matte burgundy shade, and we're going to put that. I'm kind of swiping it on the outer corner, and then I'm also taking it up into the crease. It's gonna look a little crazy for a second. Every now and then on YouTube, I see somebody do like one eye and then do the other eye. My brain does not work that way. I do one side and then they go to the back. I have to go back and forth between the two eyes. Like, how do people do that? This is just for placement of color. This is not for like actual blending. Okay, so once you do that, I'm gonna dip into this like apricot matte shade and blend out. So it should soften everything. And just make that, ooh, this is really beautiful. So again, it's like an apricot pink color. Now that that is done, wow. Gosh, this is from Sigma. It's a highlight diffuser, but it's basically just like a fluffy angled brush. My favorite Moda brushes, they make one too. And you can see how that just like softens the crease. There's no product on this, but it just like diffuses the crease out so that it doesn't quite seem quite so harsh. Now I'm gonna go in with, it's like a deep plum, and I'm going to intensify the outside there on both sides. And then I'm gonna go back with my blending brush and just blend it out a little more. Or I think we're gonna go copper. I think copper, because this is like really warm and purple. I think a copper would just complement it. So I'm actually going in with my finger and I'm just gonna gently tap it. Yes. Through the front. Like that. And then I'm gonna go back in with this blender brush. I'm gonna do a quick sweep through the crease, just so that I don't have any sort of like harsh edge on top. And then I'm gonna put like the ever so slightest bit of that purple again. And I just wanna make sure that this like is blended. So this little seam right here between the two. I'm gonna take this again and I'm gonna combine the red and the burgundy and the plum. When you go in, I always place it first here on the outside because I want the most color there, and then just diffuse it in 2/3 the way and kind of like connect it. Should I come in closer? So pretty. So pretty. Okay, I'm going back in with my fluffy brush that I used to set under the eyes. And just cleaning things up. This is an oldie but a goodie. Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Bronzer from Tarte. Did I say that? And gonna do the slightest bit of contouring. So on the perimeter of my face, I like to hit the jawline just to make it cohesive. Whatever's left, I like to hit up the sides of my nose. Okay, I think I want to do this blush in B. So I'm gonna dip my brush barely in it. Yes. Guys, it's so beautiful. Literally, I went 1, 2. Sorry, you probably want to see me. If you're watching this video, you'd probably like to see me put the makeup on, so I should stop blocking it. Ooh, I love this color, guys. Blush always comes up crazy saturated on camera, but I promise you, I mean, I love blush, don't get me wrong, but I promise you, if it looks crazy, it's probably not in real life, or I can tell you it's not. It looks normal. Something I sometimes like to do after I put my blush on is just blend out the edges. Simple. So this is the Physicians Formula Champagne Butter Bronzer. The texture, everything about these is amazing. So I'm just gonna lightly tap. I just feel like I really want a goldish toned highlighter. These stay on so well throughout the day. And then I usually do like to go in around my edges and just not get rid of it, but you know how sometimes when you apply things with your fingers, there can be a very harsh line because it's hard to blend every edge perfectly, slash who has the time for that? So I just take a brush and go in like that, and then you're good. Usually I do this on all my clients. Whatever highlighter I put on their cheek, I always put in the inner corner because it just gives, again, a cohesive, beautiful look. You'll notice I don't wear a lot of eyeliner. It's just a personal choice. I don't need it. I have big, dark eyes. I don't need any defining them because they're there. Oh my God, I didn't do my brows. Who am I? Okay. Wait, am I almost done? All I need is mascara and lipstick. This is amazing. Okay, so we're gonna do mascara and lipstick, and then I will meet you right back here for the final look, which I know I'm gonna love. I can already tell. All right, see you in a second. I'm back. This is the final look. What do you think? I love it. This lip color, it is probably the most comfortable lip formula. It is so pigmented and it feels like I have a light balm on. It's amazing. This is the color Stay Curious. I think it complements this look really well. So there's the finished look using the NARS Extreme Effects. Comment below, tell me what you think. Have you tried any of the products that I used today? What are you loving right now? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this kind of video, let me know. Literally the only purpose of this video was to try stuff and create a look. So I think it's really fun and I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you could share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.